Every year, McLaren Automotive releases a new model to their lineup, and one of the most highly anticipated models that they're soon to release is the long-tail version of the McLaren 720S. So in this video, I'm going to use a photo editor to design what I think the 720 LT is going to look like. Now, if we look at the 600 LT and the 675 LT for inspiration, we can see in the front of the car, not a lot of change. Pretty much the only thing McLaren did in the front of both of those cars is extend the front splitter out a little bit and make it carbon fiber. So that's what I'm going to do for the 720 LT as well. So this is going to extend the front of the car a couple inches so they can call it the long tail and add more downforce and things like that. But that's really all they change in the front of the car. The real changes occur on the side. I'm going to add some side skirts, again in carbon fiber, as well as a roof snorkel, because of course that's been an optional feature on all the LT cars we've seen so far. Now in the rear of the car there has to be a lot of guesswork, because if we look at the 675 LT and the 600 LT, they're completely different as far as the changes McLaren made. Obviously the diffusers were both changed a bit, but on the 675 LT the exhaust is in the exact same place, whereas the 600 LT, the rear of the car is completely different from the base model. They moved the exhaust to the top, they added a fixed rear spoiler, and they made the rear diffuser absolutely enormous. Whereas on the 675 LT the changes are much more subtle and small. But I think McLaren is going to try and top the 600 LT and make the 720 LT even more outrageous. So obviously a bigger rear diffuser, so I'm going to add that now. And finally, McLaren is probably going to do something to the exhaust. Like I said, they're trying to top both LT versions that they've already produced. So I think they're going to add something cool. Personally, I'm hoping for a P1 style exit. So that's what I'm going to put in the back here. And I think they're also going to replace the electronically adjustable rear wing with a fixed wing like the 600 LT. But to be honest, I think it would look pretty cool with a Senna wing on it. So that's what I'm going to try and put on here. So there you go, that's how I think the 720 LT is going to look like. I can't wait until McLaren actually releases the design for this car, hopefully sometime this year or next year. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this type of video, a little bit different from what I usually do, and what car I should Photoshop next. Thanks so much for watching, and remember to subscribe.